Good evening once again. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Micheal Lukomwa, and we'll go straight to what we have for you this time round. High Court in Masaka has sentenced a 78-year-old witch doctor to 20 years in prison for defiling his 13-year-old daughter. The convict, Kasim Katongole, a witch doctor and resident of Lukomwa in Rakai, was found guilty of sexually abusing his daughter and treating her as a wife since 2020.
Presiding Judge, Justice Victoria Nachintu, has sentenced Kasim Katongole to 20 years with a caution and need to protect children and ensure justice for victims of abuse. During the ongoing session, organized by the judiciary in partnership with OKOA, an organization advocating for the rights of abused children and women, also Bonebu, Kenya, pleaded guilty to defiling a 14-year-old girl and infecting her with HIV. Prosecutors told the court that Bukenya began abusing the child after marrying her mother. When the mother discovered the abuse, she allegedly forced the girl to remain silent. The matter only came to light when the child was sent to her grandmother, where it was discovered she had contracted HIV. Several other suspects have also been arraigned and awaiting trial on charges of child defilement.
A plea of not guilty is entered. Matter is adjourned to 16th March. Two witnesses to attend court on that.
The officer in charge of children and family affairs, David Guma, said the collaboration with the judiciary ensures victims of domestic violence get justice.
They are not aware of their rights.
Justice Katamba attributed the rise in such cases partly to harmful cultural practices perpetrated by some parents.
Because some people will not even be aware at all that there is any offense or crime they are perpetuating. But you see that people come to the court and say, but that is how I was married as well. And this is a woman saying it. And so what is, you're punishing me for something that I have been raised believing to be the truth. So
State Minister for Finance and in charge of General Duties, Henry Musasizi, has asked members of Parliament not to question the progress of the Parish development model. Musasizi reveals that 3.6 million households in subsistence economy have received the PDM funds. We have details from Parliament.
Planning and Economic Development has presented its sector ministerial policy statements for the financial year 2026-2027, outlining plans and budgets to the Line Parliamentary Committee on Finance. The Minister of State for Finance, in charge of General Duties, Henry Musasizi, familiarized the committee with the achievements, including what was described as strong and broad-based economic growth as a result of investments in the key productive sectors. Musasizi reveals improvement in trade balance as the economy recorded a merchandise trade surplus of US $147.26 million in January 2026, driven by 72.1% increase in export earnings, particularly from gold, coffee, industrial products and electricity. However, Kira Municipality MP Ibrahim Semujunganda cast doubt on the income from gold exports.
That's why the benefit to Uganda is 200 million US dollars. I am not an economist, but I want to be helpful. When we are celebrating this as an achievement, exporting Congo's gold, and then the benefit goes back to Congo, it's not an allegation. So I want to understand, why do we continue presenting our exports as having grown, yet nearly half of it is value from gold, and the proceeds go back to those who...
We have gold. Uganda mines gold. Mr. Chairman, we don't export raw material of gold. We refine, and the refineries of gold are in Uganda also.
Minister Musasizi informed the MPs of the 529 billion capitalization in the parish development model by the first half of financial year 2025-2026, with each verified circle receiving 50 million.
By end of this financial year, we shall have invested over 4 trillion in PDM.
The committee queried the systems of PDM operations and the mechanism to track the beneficiaries.
The reason the Ntandikwa failed was exactly that. That at one point government said the money wasn't coming back to revolve and it had to collapse. Because you see, you cannot keep sending money forever. You at one time say we have that it has failed or it has succeeded. If he says out of 1 trillion you send, you are able to correct even this one that you are return it, because if everybody is not paying, why should Maracha pay?
So, Chair, as we speak now, we started receiving repayments from the very first loans that were given out, and we are at 1.4 billion Uganda shillings at the moment that we have received back through Wendy. This is through Wendy because the guidelines provide that the payments should be through Wendy. Now we have some payments that were done on the bank accounts, and those are being transitioned from bank accounts to the Wendy wallets.
Musasizi asked the members to keep calm, citing the positive results registered from the PDM initiatives.
However, we're also saying that each household in the parish will benefit from PDM as long as it is in subsistence. So this money, when it comes back, when people pay, it is supposed to revolve. But the revolvement, government should have control. We should know who has benefited.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development seeks 2.78 trillion shillings in the ministerial policy statements presented, of which the Microfinance Support Center will be allocated 176.670 billion shillings. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Minister for Lands and Housing, Judith Nabakoba, and the Association of Real Estate Agents have hosted a diplomatic delegation from the International Real Estate Federation and the European Mortgage Federation to explore innovative financing mechanisms for Uganda's rapidly growing young population.
Uganda currently faces a housing deficit of 2.5 million units, primarily affecting ordinary citizens even as the luxury housing sector continues to grow.
Our mortgage book remains low. The mortgage book remains low, and further mortgage interests in Uganda are relatively high, but also the period given to the people who are interested in the mortgages is not adequate. So meaning that majority of Ugandans who would wish to take on these mortgages may not be in position because of the terms and conditions.
The diplomatic delegation is proposing a public-private partnership model where all stakeholders commit to enabling access to affordable financing for housing.
Affordability is also the capacity of the banks to go longer in the maturity. So that's why it's very important to have a funding guarantee, portfolio guarantee. This portfolio guarantee can be done by your Minister of Finance, your central bank, but also by international player, the European Investment Fund. I think it will be more than happy. We can guide you. We can bring you to Luxembourg and make sure that they will put a guarantee on this.
Market data shows that mortgage interest rates in Uganda currently range between 18 and upward of 20%, making home ownership unaffordable for many Ugandan people. The proposed European Mortgage Fund aims to provide patient capital at rates below 10%.
Today we speak about 5P, public, private, partnership, people, policy, to involve also the people, the local people, before the project starts, to understand what the people want.
This diplomatic engagement aligns with the Mortgage Refinancing Institution Act of 2025, which the delegation noted is timely in enabling Uganda to plug into globally tested financing mechanisms that support affordable home ownership.
So, I suggest we could again go to Cabinet to discuss this matter, or we could go to the President and say, Mr. President, we intend to do this like this, like this.
That's what we want to do now.
Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News in Kampala.
Makerere University, in collaboration with the Korea International Cooperation Agency, has embarked on the construction of an e-learning center to harness the power of technology and education easily accessible. The Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academics, Professor Sally Sarah, officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the e-learning center.
Makerere University College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology, with support from the Korea International Cooperation Agency, has unveiled the construction of the Open Distance and E-Learning Center to enhance teaching and learning using blended approaches. The Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academics, Professor Sarah Sally, represented the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, and emphasized that e-learning aligns with the National Development Plan on digital transformation.
ODEL provides opportunities for potential students inside and outside the country to engage in teaching and learning, access to cutting-edge research, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
The Assistant Commissioner in the Ministry of ICT, Dr. Cyrus Ngabirano, commended the government of Korea for supporting Makerere University to promote e-learning.
This project is more than just providing technology. You agree with me that it's about enhancing capacity for our students, faculty, and staff in an increasingly digital world. It's about bridging the digital gap between the traditional teaching methods and modern learning needs. And it's about making university education more accessible and affordable, enabling reach to many more students who cannot currently get the education at Makerere University.
The Korean government pledged collaboration with Uganda in a number of areas, including education.
Firmly believe that this very step will become the foundation of a much greater journey, and one that will lead Makerere University beyond Uganda to become a leading institution in East Africa and across the continent, in delivering innovative and high-quality open and distance education. I'm confident that we will continue to move forward together, strengthening this partnership and building a future of quality, innovative education.
The Bishop of Namirembe Diocese, Moses Banja, has condemned theft of church land, calling for greater respect and protection of property for the church. While officiating at the opening of a new science laboratory at Kila Secondary School, Bishop Banja praised Uganda's new competence-based curriculum and urged students to embrace it.
The bishop was warmly welcomed with cheers. He inspected the parade before addressing the audience. He also toured and officially inaugurated the science laboratory, built to enhance teaching and learning of science at Kira Secondary School.
The building of Kira Secondary School. Lord, we thank you for the vision you have planted in the hearts of your people.
Bishop Banja said the introduction of the new competence-based curriculum, prioritizing science education and technology, and he urged the students to adopt it if they are to benefit from the technology-driven world.
ICT. We also need to find that ICT, technology, there's no way you can hide from technology. Whether we like it or not, we have to face it. And we have to begin now. For you students, you are so lucky that you can have such facilities. During our years, We didn't have such facilities in our institutions. But now we find that we have all these good facilities. And we believe we are going to really do wonders.
Bishop Ubanja later led a Thanksgiving service for the students who excelled in the examinations last year and confirmed the 21 students.
The presence of God and His church with your own lips, yes, and sustain her all the days of her life. Conform and sustain all of your servant with the Spirit, empower her for your service and sustain her all the days of her life.
Banja condemned the acts of stealing church land.
Because we have seen people stealing land, church land, because they find it virgin, nothing's there, and they steal that land and we lose it. So the moment we have institutions that are growing, we are ready.
The school's head teacher Godfrey Sekandi expressed confidence that the new laboratory will encourage students to embrace the new curriculum.
Skills, you know, basically skills, values, and time. In science, somebody must have their hands, must have ears, so that you do not just hear, but you practically do the thing, see results, and know how you have derived the results, and be able to transform what experience you have put there into the real life situation. So the laboratory is very timely. I prepare first to engage more in practical studies of science.
However, Sekandi expressed disappointment over the high cost of the new curriculum supplies and equipment.
Equipment is expensive. Many of the things we buy sustainable. I don't know what to say, but there isn't a lot of control on the info for myself. So you find that they break easily, they get damaged easily, and so all it can be easy to shoot. In that increases the cost of learning, and in some cases it becomes inhibitor, and it limits the learner's experience.
Amwa Evanjoko for UBC.
A Ugandan developed mobile application, ProofPing, is offering a potential solution by enabling users to alert trusted contacts in times of danger, giving hope for improved safety and quicker emergency response. A growing number of Ugandans seeking employment abroad are facing life-threatening challenges with limited communication during emergencies.
Increasing numbers of Ugandans traveling abroad for work are facing challenges when it comes to communication during emergencies. These many migrant workers report restricted access to phones and lack of internet or confiscated devices, leaving them unable to call for help.
A lot of stories from people in the Gulf who went to do labor work, and their family have no idea if they fall sick. They don't know how to track them. They don't know exactly location they are. They're being abused in their homes. Even if they want to send help, they cannot send help because they don't know where to send.
It is this communication gap that has inspired the development of ProofPing, a new safety-focused mobile application designed to ensure that users are never completely alone. A new mobile application, ProofPing, has been launched in Uganda to enhance personal safety in emergency response.
So for example, you are attacked somewhere by people with pangas, and your emergency contact, you're bleeding on the floor. Your emergency contact, you can't even explain to them. If you have the energy to trigger that emergency alert, your emergency contact can know exact location where you are, and they can send help to the exact location.
The app allows users to set trusted contacts who receive alerts if the user fails to check in or signals dangers.
People from the diaspora, people from in Uganda, within East Africa, to be able to keep in touch with their loved ones, so loved ones can get to know that they are okay. A daily check-in, it has a medical vault, and it also has an emergency alert where you can trigger and it can, once you trigger, it can notify your emergency contact with the location, address in real time, so they're able to send help your way.
Representing the Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation Information, Dr. Monica Msenero, Brenda Nakaziwe assured innovators of government support in innovation to boost the country's economy. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
The safe use and disposal of pesticides has taken center stage in East Africa and made growing concern over the risks posed to the environment, farmers, consumers and agricultural exports. A 5-day regional training workshop on pesticide safety has officially commenced in Entebbe, organized by the Desert Locust Control Organization of the East Africa.
Pesticides remain essential in controlling destructive pests and migratory birds that threaten key crops such as wheat, rice, sorghum, and maize. However, experts warn that poor handling and unsafe disposal of pesticides and their containers continue to pose serious health and environmental risks.
Currently, the best approach is the use of pesticides, which are synthetic. And those pesticides, of course, they kill the pest, but they can also have a negative effect on the environment and the handlers if they are not well handled.
In a keynote address, Mwesigwa Raheru emphasized the role of pesticides play in boosting agricultural productivity but cautioned against unsafe practices. He warned that improper use can harm human health, livestock and ecosystems, and called for coordinated regional effort to promote responsible pesticide management, particularly in addressing threats such as desert locusts.
Training, for example, will go a long way to explain to the farmers how do we manage the pesticides use. How do we handle the pesticides themselves? How do we handle the pesticides containers so that we don't have a lot of impact to the environment?
Raheru further urged field officers and pesticide operators to adopt best practices in handling, storage, and disposal.
We believe that if the farmers can be supported and can invest in this protective gear, then the impact of the chemicals on their bodies will be reduced tremendously, and these cases I've just mentioned will definitely come down.
Everest Magala highlighted growing challenges linked to pesticide misuse, including environmental degradation, pest resistance, and economic losses for farmers.
But when you apply a biological control agent, it may take about a week because the insect has to become sick, it starts crawling, then later it dies. But the farmer is impatient. But that one would be the best for the environment, but takes longer to act, but is good.
He noted that the training is equipping participants with practical skills in pesticide calibration, safe application, emergency response, and proper disposal of empty containers.
So this is the gist of the matter for this training workshop, to make sure that the pesticides are properly handled throughout the whole chain.
The initiative targets improving occupational safety among field officers while advancing sustainable agricultural practices across member states.
There is an influx of wrong, adulterated pesticides in the countries. If you see in Uganda, we have now come as a ministry to certify all those all agro input dealers who sell the chemicals for control of pests.
The training focuses on strengthening capacity in pesticide management while promoting environmental sustainability.
National Forestry Authority has partnered with Uganda Breweries Limited and the Rotary International to launch a forest restoration project in Kayunga district. During the 3-year initiative, 80,000 indigenous trees will be planted in Namanaga Central Forest Reserve.
The 459-hectare forest link Mbarara Forest to Mosamia Swamp, protecting key water sources that support nearby communities. Officials from the National Forest Authority say the project will strengthen community involvement in protecting forests.
Today we are proud to launch a 372 million Uganda shilling forest restoration project that will see the planting of 80,000 native trees of Atnamananga over the next 3 years.
Under this tripartite Memorandum of Understanding, we have a target of planting 80,000 trees, and so far we've planted 26 trees, and today we are going to plant 2,000. And this covers 70 hectares out of the 200 hectares that our MOU clearly stipulates.
During the launch, UBL Managing Director said the project reflects the company's commitment to sustainability.
We are investing in the future of our environment and in the well-being of the community we depend on it. For Uganda Breweries Limited, this moment is particularly meaningful. In July, we will celebrate 80 years of doing business in Uganda.
Our target this time is to plant 80,000 indigenous trees so that we restore this forest reserve. And today the trees are going to plant include Prunus africanus, mahogany, and all those other indigenous trees that we need to. And they're going to plant over 2,000 trees.
We want to appreciate the standards, the mappings, and the study expertise that you have always given to us, and identify the gaps. Where need reservation, and it is the reason as to why we are converging today here.
Rotary leaders have also called for partnerships to restore Uganda's declining forest cover, currently estimated at 13.3%. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Ketamba, News Tonight.
The UN Women Country Representative in Uganda, Dr. Paulina Chiwangu, has expressed concern over violation of the land rights for women and girls in Hoima District and Hoima City. During an engagement with different stakeholders in Hoima City, she advised leaders to ensure that people benefit from these developments as they are entitled.
We have to widen our eyes more and see what else needs to be done with all this development. How can people, especially women and girls, benefit from all this development which are coming here? The pipeline, of course, it attracts a lot of investors. With investors, a lot of business coming. Therefore, we have to see how can we make sure that women are benefiting in these businesses. How can women take leadership in some of this business on the oil and gas discovery?
When you go to Kiriandongo, there are ranches. The people who have been settled on public land, which includes ranches, that stretches up to Masindi district. And all these are land issues that are causing conflicts in this region that require touching and support.
The chairperson Wakiso District since 2011, Micheal Bwanika, has been applauded for his dedication towards Wakiso District's development. Bwanika advocated for environmental protection, one of the major challenges of the district, and he has faced as a challenge since the time he took over office to lead the district.
Club, spearheaded by 1978 AFCON finalist Paul Sally and patron Paul Mosesi, joined scholars from Caring Hearts schools in a celebratory procession to the district headquarters. This ceremonial appreciation trek served as a public testament to Bwanika's enduring legacy and dedicated service.
Tukola ebintu bino mu offices neza public emirundi egisinga owulira bayemulugunya, owulira bayomba, owulira bakuvuma, owulira butali bumativu. Naye okuwulira yakwebaza kabonero ka kitiibwa nnyo. nyinza n'okugamba nti mu bonna district erina abantu abagenda mu miliyoni ennya yasoose.
Bwanika championed the empowerment of the girl child, positing that a future female presidency could accelerate developmental milestones. Advocacy for retired athletes and ecological preservation remain the hallmarks of Bwanika's lauded administration.
We are here today just to say thank you to Honorable Dr. Matia Rwanga, the chairman of Wakiso District. He's been outstanding. I think when you look at what he's done for the last 15 years, he's been a model, he's been an exemplary leader. So we are here, one, as Caring Heart Schools, as Caring Heart Victory Community Churches, and as former footballers seniors club, chaired by Paul Sally, and the administrator is Chuni Cheyune Yusuf, to really say thank you for what you have done, the developmental programs you brought, and the exemplary life you have lived while in office. So that's why we're here to congratulate him and celebrate his achievements.
The delegation's itinerary concludes with a subsequent march to the City Hall to honor the Kampala Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago for his parallel decade of distinguished service since 2011. I'm Bantu Machabe Semambo, reporting for UBC.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we'll have business news tonight.
Mama, only don't tell.
Banange.
Tata omwana ogenda mugambako oba wali wano.
Taliwo. Sente zembadde ngenda okusasula ku school fees z'omukulu zigenda kunyambako okuweerera batoobe abalala ababiri. MTN mama ngenkoledde kinene ngasinga omumaamu sirijjerabira obulamu bwange bwonna.
Ngenda kusimya okusasula school fees nyiga star 155 star 80 ashi sasula school fees ngokozesa momo school funds masoma tugenda zigaba osobola okwewola waliwo school fees loan genda ofune loan oba tolinawo sente ozisasule mu bbanga mpola mpola obulamu butambulenga buli koona.
It's back, bigger and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. Poate 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the Poate 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. Poate 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's UBC News Tonight, and we now talk business. The insurance sector has been highlighted as a key pillar in securing a stable and sustainable future for Ugandans. The Chief Executive Officer of the Insurance Regulatory Authority, Kaduna Birubega, at the opening of the annual Insurance Week in Kampala, said that the initiative connects players in the sector and the public in general.
The President Ismail Omar Guel has launched the $480 million Salam City housing development in Djibouti City. Unveiled this week, the project is the country's largest residential development and aims to address the rising need for organized and affordable housing. The Salam City project is in response to similar challenges being implemented by Salam.
The Chief Executive Officer, Insurance Regulatory Authority, Dr. Al-Haj Kaduna Birubega, says members of the public can better understand the dynamics of the insurance industry. He was officially opening the 2026 Annual Insurance Week on the theme, Future Elikushua, Be Insured.
We are encouraged to have Insurance Week is because when we move out of the offices and come to the public, the response has been that people have benefited by visiting the various stalls and they have been explained what insurance is all about. This is a good initiative which we started about 5 to 6 years ago.
The regulator emphasized the importance of insurance for people from all walks of life, noting that there are a variety of insurance products tailored to meet the needs of different segments of the population.
Ugandans need insurance as a backbone of the stable and secure future. When Ugandans embrace insurance, they gain peace of mind, they gain protection against the unexpected risks, and indeed their confidence this brings to safeguarding their hard-earned earnings.
Despite insurance uptake in Uganda being low, initiatives like the annual Insurance Week, which take insurance services from boardrooms to the streets, will enhance public awareness, particularly among ordinary citizens.
We've gotten a chance as insurers to get to the people that we insure. Let us build the momentum. Let us not waste this chance and get back to our offices and relax.
The association has decided to focus on the digital sticker system. With the introduction of the digital motor third-party insurance system, motorists can now verify the insurance instantly. It has also eliminated fraud, and people can now buy insurance seamlessly using their phones.
Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
A model dairy farm owned by former Inspector General of Police General Kale Kaihura has been unveiled in Lyantonde district as a benchmark for modern farming in Uganda.
Katebe Farm in Lyantonde is positioned as a model for science-driven agriculture, following a major transformation led by the Engineering Development and Innovation Center. The upgrade introduces modern dairy technologies including a steam boiler, biomass burner, and improved pasteurization systems. The upgrade introduces modern dairy technologies including a steam boiler, biomass burner, and improved pasteurization systems. The intervention will increase milk value, reduce post-harvest losses, and lower production costs. Dr. Monica Musenero launched the transformed dairy farm.
I'm seeing that Uganda is going to rapidly over the next 5 years. If we have our way, science, technology, and innovation, we want at least every district to have a factory, to have a value addition factory, which is significant like this, because when you have a factory like this now, the farmers are going to have market, and the prices for the farm gate improve, because they don't have to sell their products, then they are taken very far, and then the market also begins to have a variety of products. And the one thing I've seen is the ease with which we are moving our products across borders.
Mweware munonga. Mweware munonga. Echanji hati niza kugaruka ngambe echanji hati nokusima nokwakira kokunayakira minister chairman emisibwe ya Kigamba niwo minister okubanza okuyija kai omurikatebe.
Farm owner General Kale Kaihura described the transformation as a turning point. Engineers say the model can support agro-industrialization.
According to the background, there are some consultants or engineers who have ever been in this place. We got Indians, there were Chinese, Kenyans also came, and some professors from a university that I'll not mention, over around 20 of them, they didn't have the solution. But through with us in innovation, we came up with this a very efficient and good performing boiler, which is a VHF. Which
the different farmers, all the different people in the households, all of them are beneficiaries. More than 1,000 jobs have been created, because not only does the dairy processing farm now create even more jobs, but there's also a banana processing farm.
Farm supports over 1,000 people, boosting livelihoods in Lyantonde and surrounding districts. Sandra Kahunde, Proskovia Chontawaire, News Tonight.
Rapid population growth across Africa is placing strain on urban infrastructure, with countries like Uganda facing a housing deficit among low and middle income earners. Cities can't meet demand, leaving millions without access to affordable planned housing.
Djibouti President Ismail Omar Guelleh has launched the $480 million Salam City housing development in Djibouti City. Unveiled this week, the project is the country's largest residential development and aims to address the rising need for organized and affordable housing. The Salam City project is in response to similar challenges being implemented by Salam Real Estate, a subsidiary of the Salam Group operating in Uganda and across East Africa and Asia. The $480 million development will deliver more than 7,000 housing units comprising a mix of apartments and houses ranging from high-end to more affordable options.
waan soo dhaweynayna waan hambalyeynayna waan garab galayna waan la shaqeynayna ragganadii waa rag yaani aqoon iyo wax u laho odaygana odayga reerka isaga waa hoggaan Allah no barakeeyo.
This will be part of a planned, self-contained community with schools, healthcare facilities, commercial centers, a central mosque, and a green recreational spaces. President Guelleh describes the project as a direct investment in citizens' well-being, emphasizing that development must improve living conditions, create jobs, and build inclusive communities. At peak construction, up to 2,000 jobs are expected. Eco-friendly designs, energy-efficient materials, and flexible home ownership solutions through Salam African Bank aim to ensure sustainability. Urban planners say the model could offer practical lessons for cities like Kampala, where rapid population growth fuels informal settlements and housing storages. Once complete, Salam City is expected to ease housing pressure, promote structured urban growth, and drive economic transformation.
Micheal.
Wanje daddy.
Okimanyi nti abaana batuuse okudda ku masomero naye ssente ziibuze. Kakati ky'oba okola twalayo ekitundu kya fees ku ssomero lya junior. Eza van tunaazisasula oluvannyuma.
naye daddy lwaki tetusasulanga tukozesa momo etuwa n'omukisa oguwangula school fees za mwaka mulamba bweddu n'okusingawo ate nno mwattu osobola n'okufuna looni ya school fees ku momo mpozi n'ekirala essomero erikozesa momo lisobola okwewangulira vaani
ekyo kyennyini muwangula school fees wa mwaka mulamba n'okusingawo ate nga n'amasomero agakozesa momo galina omukisa okuwangula vaani ko n'ebirabo ebirala 1000 osobola n'okufuna looni ya school fees ku momo nyiga star *165 star 8 noti hashi oba kozesa momo app.
Uganda, get ready for an unforgettable experience. Join thousands of runners and culture lovers at the Mbarara City Marathon 2026 happening Saturday, the 28th of March 2026, starting at 6 a.m. at Mogaba Palace, Kamukuzi in Mbarara City. This year's theme proudly celebrates the biggest culture and heritage of the long-horned cattle in the land of honey and milk, a symbol of identity, pride, and tradition in Uganda. Come and run through the cultural heartland where heritage meets tourism and sport. Choose your race: 42 kilometers, 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or 5 kilometers. The guest of honor will be the Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, highlighting Uganda's rich culture and tourism. Register today and get your marathon kit at www.mbararacitymarathon.com or dial *272 *11 hash. Proudly sponsored by Tusker Light, Grace and Family Concepts, Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Uganda, Nyakayojo Sacco, Explore Uganda, Textile and Prom Home, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Mbarara Farm Lodge, Country Cinema, Arch Motors, and many more. For more information, call 0785 408 422. Mbarara City Marathon 2026, running to celebrate the culture and heritage of the long-horned cattle in the land of honey and milk.
Namiryango College all students in partnership with Uganda Cricket have stepped up efforts to revive cricket at one of Uganda's oldest learning institutions.
Founded in 1902, Namiryango College is now seeing renewed focus on cricket development thanks to a joint initiative between Uganda Cricket and a group of alumni led by the class of 1995 to 2000. Uganda Cricket President Jackson Kavuma visited the school to kickstart the revitalization drive. Uganda Cricket has deployed Fred Achlam, a wicket-keeper for the Cricket Cranes, to coach and train the school team. The association also donated essential equipment, including bats, wickets and balls, to support the program.
We are spreading the game of cricket in the various schools of Uganda, and it's one of the targets that we are looking at, to try and target those pioneer schools that have been playing this sport, to try and revive it and also encourage other disciplines to also follow suit.
Former head prefect alumnus John Mpande appreciated the collective effort to grow the sport at the school.
We want to give an opportunity to Namiryango students to benefit through cricket. We believe cricket has shaped us in numerous ways, and as we know, sports has an advantage. It helps and shapes a normal human being. And this is why we are giving back to cricket. And
Coach Fred Achlam pledged to identify and nurture young talent from the grassroots to rebuild a strong cricket culture at Namiryango College.
Grassroots is the best thing to do. Catch them early, learn them early, teach them early so they can actually develop as time goes on. But sporting talent and teaching skill way early in the career would really make a very big impact at the senior level, where you don't have to really struggle a lot.
We have been blessed by the OBs of Namiryango College, who have donated to us some equipment in trying to favor our sport cricket.
The school's head teacher, Constantine Mpuga, welcomed the initiative.
We are happy that the old boys are also pushing quite a lot in support of the game. Because of what they know, they benefited from the college through the sports we participate in at the college. We therefore thank the old boys for always loving us. We thank the Cricket Association, and the promise that we're going to put the coach to very good use to ensure that Namyang College, on top of the many other games, especially rugby, we add the cricket as a game which have been known for.
We thank you so much for watching. That is all we had for you tonight. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with the whole team here. We wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website